16th ranked team in the land, the Louisville Cardinals. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Cowboys will boot it away to start the game. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
So you think quarterbacks are all about glory. How about taking that shot and getting rid of it just in time?
He did a great job hanging in there, being tough, and more importantly, I think, as a quarterback, surveying the field, looking downfield, nothing open, making the right decision.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Quarterback making adjustments. They'll move the wide receiver. Going to sling it on 2nd down. Takes a hit as he fires. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
Well, the defense watched film last week. They saw this running back catch multiple passes, and that hasn't been the case today. They are clamping down on him, always aware of him, especially in the passing game, and so far they've taken him away.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Zings it complete to the right. Nice job to pick up the 1st down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
They'll go with a direct snap. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time, it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
Got enough for the 1st. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
Reads it, fires complete. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the 1st.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Out of the gun, the inside give.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They're about to snap it for the 10th time on this opening drive, but they need a conversion to keep the drive alive on third down. Quarterback moving. Looking to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. And he'll try this one from the left hash and 33 yards away. That is no good. And after the miss, guys, the score stays right where it is.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. You're trying to break this scoreless tie, and instead you knock it off the post.
The give to the tailback. And the good news for the offense, there's nowhere to go from here but forward. No gain on the first play.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened here.
On the run, it's Woodhead. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Trying to burn this defensive back. He's got it along the sideline. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella.
Turning it on. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. To the ground with the back. And he'll pick up a few yards before he's dragged down, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. And the Cowboys with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Unloads quickly. He's guided out of bounds at the 12-yard line.
Out of bounds at the 12-yard line. And that's a first down for the offense.
The Cowboys back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Fires into the end zone. Pistols firing. Touchdown, Cowboys. Quick strike through the air for the score. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game.
Yeah, I love the little play-action fake. It's, you get inside the 5, you're thinking run as a defense, come up, be physical, and they slip those guys right behind you, throw it over the top of you. Man, those are tough to defend. Nice little play-action by this offense.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. They'll run the screen. And it's pretty...
The field, you saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
The Cardinals trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last.
The teams week after week, and quarterbacks and coaches, and what do they always say, man? Quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Well, that play right there, he wasn't his best friend. You don't see a lot of drops from him, but, man, he had an opportunity to catch that one.
Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Another incompletion on third down.
I'll tell you what, to get home to the quarterback and force pressure while just rushing 3 allows your back end to cover so much space. Now you got 8 guys in coverage. It makes you really dynamic in the back end of your defense.
Not able to pop the big return, but they got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Looking for room at the 30. There he goes. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, a big-time top 25 duel. Let's get right to the pictures. LSU is getting handled right now, and for this to be happening to this program in front of these fans, it's almost inexplicable. They're trailing by 14 to Alabama. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He leaves it with the back. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Slips through his hands and incomplete, and they had everything set up for the screen except the catch. And the Cardinals come to the line on third and short, looking to keep the drive moving. He'll throw on third down. Grab near the sticks. It's Webb. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
Fights off the defender. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Looking to fire. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Oh, what a play. It's intercepted. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
What a beautiful sight. And not only are we big and strong and powerful and athletic, you can have unbelievable hands to the mix, because we can catch a football too, just like those little DBs, create turnovers, force interceptions. Let's go.
They work that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
He works his way down to the 30-yard line before he stopped a gain of 3.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
He'll pull it down. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
Well, he hasn't called his own number very often in this game. That actually is the first time he's taken off and scrambled, but it was a really good decision. He's been killing this defense through the air. You've seen the arm talent. You've seen the accuracy. That time, really nice decision to tuck it and get what he can get. He's got this defense on their heels.
Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. And the Cowboys will snap it on 1st and 10. The corners are walked up tight. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that defender was just smothering the quarterback on that screen attempt. You know, the QB's taught to hold on to it to the last possible second. He had no shot trying to negotiate that defender.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Defense showing heavy blitz at the line. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his big tight end. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
Off play action. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Working that left side now. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. Well, they were counting on winning the one-on-one battle. They got the completion, but the yardage didn't work out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, man, that's what I do on short yardage situation. 3rd and short, make my guy fall forward for a couple yards, try to get the 1st down, but it was a good tackle, and the receiver got absolutely nowhere after the catch.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Looking for his man. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Might be changing the route. He'll start this drive firing. Got the quick pass.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Cardinals in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Rolling, throwing, looking right. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
I think sometimes as a quarterback, when your offense is struggling, you don't have any points up on the board yet here at the end of the 1st half. You're just trying to take a shot to see if your guy can make a play. And that time, he thought he had the matchup he wanted, but he has just not been able to ever find a rhythm. And this defense is making it really hard on him, forcing that one to fall incomplete.
Nice job to get him past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. Looking to throw on 1st down. Oh, he wants it all. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back.
that quick slant is a hard ball to adjust to and make your quarterback look good. If you throw it behind me and I'm coming down the line of scrimmage, I really don't have a chance to adjust and try to make my quarterback look good. He's got to miss that thing low or high. He can't miss it behind me.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on first down. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Turnover can swing momentum. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Cardinals will kick it away to crank up the second half. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback, then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
They had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Off the RPO, complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Pulls and fires complete. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
It'll be third and long. Wants to keep it in the air. Makes the grab. He won't get there. It'll bring up fourth down. The Cowboys will call on their punt team. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fields to punt and try to pick up some yards. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. These guys really need to get something going on this drive. They are still well within striking distance, but they have very little to show for their possession so far. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
Really nice play call by the offense, too. Obviously, your quarterback's thrown picks on his last 2 drives, so you have to settle him down. And the best way to settle down a quarterback is to get the running game going. Put it on the big fellas up front.
And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Great place to start for this offense. Looking for a gap. It's Woodhead. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team. You got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles. It's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy because that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
And the Cowboys come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Day. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
And it's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Got his man. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
You want to bring in your tight ends? You want to bring in more beef for that offensive line? I'm going to bring in more beef. Nice job by the defense understanding the situation. Red zone, field shrinks. I need more bigger personnel on the field, some big guys that can stop the run. Played the run well. Great job by the defense understanding the situation.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Cowboys! No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that.
Here we go.
He leaves it with his back. Breaks into the open. He has the 1st and still on his feet. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Looking downfield on 1st down. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. He's sacked. He'll lose a couple on that one as he tried to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And how about the strong safety on that blitz? Great job timing it and also getting to the quarterback. Sometimes you're going to have to negotiate around tight ends and running backs, and that strong safety, he just beelined into the backfield.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Hit hard as he released the ball in that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
All right, you dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. They'll go to work in the air on second down. This time it's complete. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. We've reached the break. Oklahoma State is on top, and they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. Our final quarter is on deck, and it looks as if they are ready to go. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Looking to throw again. Unloads to the wideout. Just a Baryshnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game, so maybe they can find some...
Looking for the end zone. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So on this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. Good job running top and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this.
And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Fakes to grab. At midfield, he's got room. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide.
Oh, he's got some space. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
The outstanding game has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball is at the 17.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Hauls it in. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the 4th quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
They'll keep it on the ground to the left, sniffing the goal line. Touchdown, Cowboys! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
And with that touchdown, man, you're getting excited. As a fan base, you're about to go to 3-0. Like, a lot of things could go wrong to start a season. Everything gone right. That's a great sign for this squad. They got it rolling. Can they keep that momentum, keep climbing up the rankings, and who knows what happens at the end of the year.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
Right back to it. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down.
A huge gain. Probably would have loved to say this earlier in the game. Probably would have loved to have some of these runs and had a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably, if I'm going to need these runs, I'm going to need to go ahead and score on these runs, or I'm going to need to start chucking the football.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. They'll try the run. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
And that was a pretty good run there for the offense. And listen, I know this game's over, but that's what this offense needs a little bit more. They need a little more balance, a little more easy 2nd down situations with some positive runs on 1st down. They just need something to get them going, some kind of spark. The ground game might be it in the future. Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Complete, out of the backfield, looking for the sticks.
Man, this defense just has so much speed. You saw it on that 3rd down play. The offense is trying to get a quick one, see if they can get a block and maybe spring a guy free, but the pursuit, wow, that was so good defensively.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Makes the grab past the marker. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
And this offense has not had much to cheer about. There's something right there. Let's see if they can string a couple of plays together. Listen, this game's probably over, but this offense has got to find some kind of a rhythm, something they can hang their hat on so that moving forward, this offense has an identity.
Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. The Cardinals are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. They'll use the timeout, 6 seconds left on the clock. After this, it'll be a wrap. He'll run the quarterback sneak. Sneaks it in.
I know as a coaching staff, you're always trying to find positives that you can build on, and it's nice to see your team continues to fight. It has been a slog up to this point. No points until finally breaking through here in the 4th quarter. And they're going to go back and watch the film, and they're going to see what worked on this drive and maybe try to build on that the next time out.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them.
Set to kick it away.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Makes the grab. It's Woodhead. Turning it on. They make the stop, and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one.